Hi, I'm Stephen Cronin. Thanks again for joining me. Welcome to another watercolour demonstration. Now today I've had a go at this is Invermoriston Bridge up by Loch Ness, up in the Highlands. We were sort of driving along here and there was a sort of car park over there, and I've sort of climbed down by the river, took a photo. I'll show you the reference photo in a minute that I've used. Just kept a very sort of limited palette to try and keep all the colours nice and harmonious. So before I show you our picture, let's have a look at that photograph. This is the reference photograph I've used. So we've obviously got the bridge quite high up in the picture, bit of green foliage there in the background, a little bit of sky, predominantly sort of rocks either side with the river flowing through. So let's have a quick look at the colours. Usual palette, we've got ultramarine, cad yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red, using the large Ron Ranson 8 and 15x11 watercolour paper. So the first thing I want to do is get a bit of background colouring, so I'm going to wet the paper first, just clean water all the way over, then just get a few colours on there, starting with raw sienna. Add a bit of yellow to that, sort of mass trees in the distance. I'm not going to bother putting any blue for the sky, it'll stay white, contrasts nicely against the darks. And then further forward than that, a few with the rocks and things and all things either side. Bit of brown, bit of blue, darken out a little bit, back into that, a bit more about there. Ultramarine, cad yellow, just a few sort of abstract bits of foliage in the background. Bit of brown, bit of blue. Now the horizon line's was sort of up there somewhere, so with that in mind, let's pop some trees, I think. Bit of cad yellow, bit of Payne's grey. Let's put the most distant trees in. More yellow. Now these are the ones that will be under the bridge. So what I'm going to do, I want to pop those in now so I can pull down some reflections. Yeah, I'm going to leave just about see them. Put those reflections in. Look down there. Right, let's pop this bridge in. So I want it quite dark, just to contrast against the rest of the background. So I'm doing a bit of brown. I'm going to bother cleaning the brush, so I want it to be dark. So a bit of brown, a bit of blue, just enough water to hold all the hairs together. And the paper's still wet, remember, so I don't want too much water on the brush, so otherwise everything will just start dripping down the page. So right now, so there's what we could see. I'm just going to work out the sort of arc of that bridge. It's something like that. So it's quite narrow on the top. So something like so. A little bit. I'm just going ultramarine now, just blocking it in. And then the underside of the bridge is obviously in shadow, so I want that a little bit darker. So again, a bit of brown, a bit of blue. Really, actually I might put that in when it's dry. I'll put that in when it's dry. So for now I'll leave it like that. Get this flat against the board. Now I'm going to use a piece of card just to scratch in just a little bit of brickwork. Not too much. Try and keep it fairly subtle. Just using plastic card here. The first thing I'm going to do is just work out this archway. The bit that's under this will be the shadow underneath the bridge. And sort of come in something like that. It's not exact. I'm not going to use a compass or anything like that to work it out. It's just there or thereabouts. Just a little bit of brickwork on the top there. Not too much. I want to keep it fairly subtle. Just the odd little bit here and there. Right, that's the bridging. Let's clean the brush. Get some more greens in. A bit more green. Now back into that cad yellow. I'm just blending this in there. Just blend it in. Push it up into that brickwork and see now. No hard edges. Just soften it all off. A bit more on this side. Let's come over there like that. I'll go in a bit with some darks. Slightly darker ones. Have a bit of ultramarine, a bit of Payne's grey, yellow, Payne's grey, really darken it up. Not too much, just enough to provide just like a few shadows amongst all the foliage. So just a little bigger brush, just get a few little twigs and things growing in the gaps. Everything growing on this side. Just a few more on there. And what I'll do, the closer twigs and branches, I'll use the other brush. But for now, I need to get some of these rocks in. So, a bit of brown, a bit of blue. Now this is coming, just work out the main. Sort of coming down like this. I don't want to take too much out of that reflection there. And the rocks are sort of coming down there like that. Yeah, pull some of these reflections down. Some brown. Some of that brown. Now the rocks on this side again were somewhere, I think it's slightly further forward on this side. I'm leaving a slightly bigger gap than there is in the photograph. Push that up there like that. And again I'll use the card just to scrape out a few individual rocks. Just Make that slightly more uneven, it was just too straight. Let's just bring these rocks over a little bit more. And again, I'm just going to pull out some reflections. Big rock here in the foreground. Just mixing brown, blue. Brown in there. Blue. Okay, just using the card just to give an impression of some of these rocks here from the photograph. Right, let's do the underside of that bridge. I'm getting a bit of brown, a bit of gold, nice and dark. Just enough water to hold all the hairs together. Just being careful not to paint over the bricks I've just done. Gives it more of a sort of shadowy look. Maybe a few little shadows and things amongst all these. Some little darks here and there. Looking at the dark side of the photograph, just to give a few little shadows here and there. A few dark bits down there. Right, I'm going to give that a quick dry. Now I want to add some, in fact no, I'll add it to dry. Let's try it without drying it first. I want to add a few more greens over the top of all these rocks, all these greys. There's a lot of grey everywhere. So let's clean the brush, just squeezing the water out. Some of that cad yellow. Raw sienna as well when I'm doing the arm. Bring this back in there. Just blend this in a little bit better. Green down there as well. Stick some by the bridge. Grab some there as well. There's just little bits of greens. Can't see it on these rocks, but Pop some up there like that. So I'm just going over the top there. Just stick some on these things I put in earlier. Some down here. Just soften some of these edges off. Let's switch to the rigger brush, the number 3 rigger. I'm just going to go a bit of brown, one sort of dark brown for these twigs. There's some twigs just in the foreground where I took the photograph. I sort of clambered down by the water's edge to take this photograph. And I just managed to get these twigs in. So there's one sort of coming out there like that. It's, water. And I think that's meant to be a little bit higher up than that, but I'm going to do it too much. So I'm just sticking that on first. I'm just getting a bit of blue, bit of yellow. I'm just sticking the leaves on this thing there. It needs to be at Payne's grey as well. A bit dark on some of these other leaves. Just scuffing the brush, you're not going to work the hairs. So I've got a few little twigs and things coming from this side. Brown and blue. Let's just get back into that cad yellow. I don't know if I've made it worse, to be honest. I fear I may have made a bit of a hash of that. I'm just going to squeeze. I'm just going to use some neat yellow. Let's just squeeze out some neat yellow. I'll try and get these. It looks a total mess, doesn't it, what I've just done there. So let's try and distinguish those leaves from the ones behind them. I'm just taking some neat yellow on the brush. I'm just trying to make these ones different from the ones in the background. A few more on this side again. This one's there. A little bit more. Does that look any better? I think I'm going to stop fiddling with it now, I think. What I'm going to do now is I'll a little bird. I'm going to stick a little bird up there just flying. I'm going to call that one finished, I think, before I overdo it. Put my name in the corner. Just put my name down there. I'm going to call that one finished. So let's see what it looks like with the mount on. So this is the finished paint in the mount. So let's have a closer look at it. So first thing I did was put in these background trees all the way down, and then put in the reflections, and then painted the bridge, because I knew I was going to put the bridge in dark, so I could put that straight over the top then, rather than sort of put the bridge in and then do the background and try and work out where it went underneath. Darkened the shadowy side underneath and just scraped in. You can see there just a few stones with the card just to define that archway. Push some of that cad yellow right up to the bridge just to blend everything together, so it just softens it all off, blends it all in. And then a bit of see the brickwork here, well not brickwork, the rocks, that was ultramarine, bit of burnt umber in there, and then see I've scraped out with the plastic card a few more rocks, and then pulled a few reflections down as well at the same time. Same again on this other side. Scraped in a few little rocks and then pushed some of the cad yellow, tried to blend everything in again, and then you can see I don't think I made the best job of these sort of foreground twigs and branches. They've sort of got a bit mixed in amongst it all, but just used a bit of neat cad yellow just to try and distinguish, bring this forward a little bit, distinguish it from the background. One omission I think I've made, if you can see there's no real reflections of the bridge in the water because it was sort of quite fast flowing water. Now I've kept this more of a still effect to get sort of nice reflections and that, but I think it could have done with some sort of, at least some sort of acknowledgement of the bridge below in the water. I'll have to remember that for next time. So that's my loose impression of Invermoriston Bridge up not far from Loch Ness where we stayed. There's loads of more videos over on Patreon if you'd like to join me over there. There's over 100 videos exclusive to my Patreon site. So until next time, keep practicing. Any questions, please ask, and I'll see you again soon.